The sun had dipped below the Memphis horizon hours ago, leaving a soft golden hue to cling to the frost-tipped windows. Inside the mansion, the usual buzz of staff movement and background noise had faded. The grand rooms, once echoing with activity, now exhaled silence. In the private music room tucked away behind heavy oak doors, only the warm hum of vintage recording equipment and the gentle crackle of a nearby fireplace remained. The room glowed gently with amber-colored lamps, casting shadows that swayed slightly, as if dancing to a rhythm yet to begin. Elvis Presley sat at his piano, his fingers resting lightly on the ivory keys. He wasn't performing for anyone. He wasn't rehearsing for a concert. Tonight was different. He was simply playing, gently, thoughtfully. The familiar opening chords of Love Me Tender flowed from his fingertips, not as a showman, but as a father, a man, a soul returning to something sacred. Curled up on a plush leather armchair beside him was Lisa Marie, his 9-year-old daughter. A pink blanket draped across her legs, her eyes fixed on her father's hands. The fireplace's soft flicker danced in her wide eyes. She wasn't just watching him. She was absorbing every movement, every pause, every quiet breath before a note. It had been a rare, peaceful evening, one of the few in recent months. No photo shoots, no tour buses idling outside, no Colonel Parker, no expectations. Just Elvis and Lisa Marie. He played not to impress, but to connect. From time to time, Lisa Marie would hum along softly, unaware that her voice carried a sweet, haunting tone, a reflection of something deeply rooted. Untrained, yes, but natural, real. Then it happened. A moment so small it could have been missed. As Elvis transitioned into the second verse, Lisa Marie, still humming, accidentally slipped into a harmony. It wasn't perfect, but it was beautiful, instinctive, and it made Elvis stop playing mid-note. He turned his head slowly, eyes searching hers. "Sing that again, baby," he said softly, a trace of surprise lining his voice. Lisa Marie blinked. "What part?" "That little thing you just did, sing it again." She hesitated, unsure. "Don't worry," he smiled. "You won't break the piano." She giggled, then shyly repeated the line. There it was again. That pure sound. Not mimicry. Not childish singing. Something sincere. Something real. Elvis leaned back on the bench, his posture loosening as if shedding years of weight. He rubbed his chin slowly, that familiar look of contemplation spreading across his face. The same expression he'd worn when Sam Phillips first played back his voice at Sun Records. "You ever been practicing?" he asked, his tone both curious and proud. Lisa Marie looked down, tucking a lock of hair behind her ear. "Sometimes, in my room." Elvis raised an eyebrow. "With what, a guitar?" "No," she grinned. "A hairbrush." He let out a deep, warm laugh that echoed through the room like a soft drum beat. "Ah, the old hairbrush microphone. That's how every great singer starts." Lisa Marie beamed at his approval, and that was all the permission she needed to speak freely. "I pretend I'm on stage, like you, only with less people, and more stuffed animals." Elvis chuckled again, but then fell quiet. That moment, so light and playful, had unearthed something inside him. Something tender. He placed both hands gently on the piano again, this time with intention. "Baby," he said, patting the space beside him on the bench, "come sit with Daddy. I want to try something with you." She hesitated for only a second before climbing up, her small frame barely able to reach the keys. Elvis wrapped one arm gently around her shoulders for a moment, grounding her. Then he adjusted the mic stand without a word, an old muscle memory kicking in. "Do you know the words to Love Me Tender?" Lisa Marie nodded. "All of them," he smiled. "All right then, let's make some music, just you and me." He began to play again. Slower this time, softer, each note deliberate. As he sang the first line, his voice had that unmistakable warmth, like aged whiskey over velvet. Then Lisa Marie entered, her voice gentle, uncertain at first, but growing stronger with each note. And something happened. It wasn't just a duet. It wasn't just a song. It was a conversation, in a language only they spoke. Her higher pitch laced itself into the melody like silver thread in old lace, and Elvis adjusted instinctively, easing back to let her shine. They weren't father and daughter in that moment. They were musicians, two souls blending. Unbeknownst to both, a red recording light still blinked quietly in the corner, left running from an earlier session, a silent witness to something extraordinary. When the last note faded into silence, Elvis didn't speak. He stared ahead, eyes misty, breath steadying. Lisa Marie looked up, uncertain if she'd done well. Then he spoke, his voice thick with emotion. "You have a gift, baby girl. A real one. That wasn't just pretty, that was felt. And there ain't no studio in the world that can teach that." Lisa Marie smiled, not because of the compliment, but because of what it meant. That she had connected, that she had mattered. That night wasn't about microphones or melodies or harmonies. It was about the moment a little girl found her voice, and a father realized he wasn't alone in his music anymore.